On the Tuesday edition of the Countdown podcast, Trump has now doubled down on his claim that the Medal of Honor recipients, the military heroes, are only about equivalent to those who've received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, like Miriam Adelson, who got her award for her husband making a huge campaign donation. As Trump continues to do that, J.V. Vance has trouble ordering a cheesesteak in Philadelphia. Oh yeah, there was a convention that started last night. I don't know why we have conventions. I appreciate the free advertising. I don't think they amount to much. It was nice the president spoke and had a good speech about the vice president. Most importantly, those expected 30,000 protesters turned out to be about 3,000 protesters. So if you need any protest signs, they are available in carload lots, FOB Chicago. Also, the polls continue to be so good so uniformly that it's almost becoming second nature now. Don't let it be that way. Use it as inspiration to metaphorically kill and eat the Republicans. Morning Consult has her up 48-44 and has her favorability in +5 territory. And a guy from Newsmax explains that Trump is indeed in a slump and needs to reintroduce himself to the electorate by going retail, stop the hour-long speeches, give golf tips, go to supermarket parking lots, and talk about his grandchildren. I think the guy's probably been fired by now. And speaking of fired by now, Phil Donahue in memoriam. I will talk about his role and his position in television and liberal history, but I also need to address the great untruth that he was fired by MSNBC 20 years ago for opposing the Iraq War. He wasn't, and the reason I know that was not only was I there, but when they took his show off the air, the replacement show was called Countdown with Keith Olbermann. All that and more on the Countdown with Keith Olbermann podcast, now live wherever you podcast.